Hey, and welcome! Today we'll be sculpting this long-limbed professor. At first glance it might look like he's pulling out a cookie or a piece of chocolate from a semi-spherical container, but in fact, he's inserting a power supply into his ingenious device. What exactly the device does will take this entire video to explain, so we'll skip that part. As usual, I began with sculpting the head. I carved out space for the eyes and added a piece of clay in the middle that would eventually become the nose. Then I attached more clay to build out the mouth area and continued shaping overall forms. To sculpt the eyes, I began by placing rounded balls of clay into the sockets, carefully blending them into the surrounding surface to create somewhat natural transition. I then etched in the guidelines for the eyelids, sculpted and shaped the lids themselves, and gave them some eye bags. And from there, I continued refining other facial features. Once the ears were in place, I gave our genius some hair and a pair of mutton chops. With the head complete, I baked it to avoid ruining it with accidental tool pokes that tend to happen to me rather frequently. Then I attached it to the rest of the armature, which I began covering in clay. Once his collar and tie were done, I moved on to sculpting the pants, focusing on adding seams, creases and folds. When I took a look at the sculpture while working on the boots, I realized I forgot to mention a fun bit of trivia about the character. Both of his parents were world-class ballet dancers, which explains where he got those enviably long legs. And here, thinking it might help, I added an entirely unnecessary piece of aluminum mesh for his vest, which only made sculpting it more difficult. Once most of the vest details were done, I smoothed the surface using a tool made with fine guitar string and a brush soaked in isopropyl alcohol. Then came my least favorite part, sculpting his oversized hands. For the base of his fingers, I used 24 gauge copper wire, wrapped with even thinner wire to give the clay something to grip onto. As you can see, getting the clay to stick was still a challenge, especially with the camera in my face. And finally, with the hands sculpted and attached, only the arms remained. Adding some final touches to the cuff, and with that,